Hey, welcome back to Corporate Classy, but please come correct podcast. I am your host, Alberta Thomas. I am excited to be back. You guys know I took a little break this past week, and I was like, you know what? It'd be a perfect time to allow people to ask me any type of questions and kind of just continue to make it free form and just allow you guys text me any questions. And so I did get a couple that came through, and I'm excited to kind of talk about some of them a little bit. I'm not going to answer all of them because it was a large amount, not too large, but a lot of questions. So maybe I'll just kind of, in the future, maybe I can just like drop one of the questions throughout the podcast journey, like every episode that I drop, maybe take time to answer maybe one or two, because I got about 20 questions. So I'm excited to just answer a few on this podcast on today. But let me set the tone for you guys right now. So you guys know on my last episode, I told you guys I did a lot of traveling, and now I am back home in Portland. I am so happy to be home. But at the same time, I really do miss my family already, but it feels good being home. And so I told myself, when I was traveling and I was eating everything on site, I went from Florida to South Carolina, and I literally ate everything. I'm not even I kid you not. I ate everything. Anything that someone offered up to me, I ate it. Like, it was crazy. And I would tell you guys, look, I felt so bad. Like, my last few days in South Carolina, I was so sick to the point of like my stomach was hurting. I overate so much. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. And my stomach literally just started to kind of ease up a bit, but my stomach was like, yeah, you're done. No more food, no more meat, because I was eating steaks left and right, between steaks and ribs and ham and turkey, sausages and bacon and salmon patties and chicken. Like, y'all, seafood too. I did have seafood. It was so good. I was eating everything on site. Your girl did the most. I will tell you that. And I paid for it. And so I told myself when I returned home back to Portland, I was going to take my fitness journey serious, right? Because I started a couple of months ago, end up going on a work trip, coming back and literally just fall back in the slums of just eating whatever. But the crazy thing is, I am not, like, I normally eat pretty well outside of going through a drive-through every now and then. But I really don't eat that much. When I talked to Mo, and you guys know Umoja was on one of my episodes too, but he's a fitness trainer. My man is a fitness trainer, okay? And so I was like, look, I'm asking you to hold me accountable. Like, hold me accountable. Like, I need you to write the plan. I need you to tell me what I need to do when I go in the gym. I need you to lay it out for me so I can have that person to hold me accountable. And he saw that I was really taking it serious once I got back and returned. And so currently I'm on day 3, okay? Day 3 of this fitness journey. And I would tell you guys, like, over the last 2 days, he was giving me workouts. He recorded them for me so I could make sure I have my form right and my posture is the way it should be when I am doing these workouts. Honestly, just targeting a particular area, which is my core and my back for me. And literally, then we'll slowly move, elsewhere throughout. But I would tell you, like, this morning, I went to sleep last night. I wouldn't say it was early. It wasn't too late either. So I probably went to bed about 10 or 11. And I woke up this morning because you guys know I'm an early bird. So I'm always up early in the morning anyway. So I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock, got myself together, drunk some water, and prepared myself to, wash my face, brush my teeth, put on my workout clothes. And I went to the gym this morning at 6:30. And I stayed in the gym for about an hour. And I did exactly what he told me to do over the last couple of days. But this morning was tough. And I'm going to share with you. This morning was super tough for me because I was like, my back is already hurting really bad. And my stomach, it hurts really, really bad. And I was telling him, I was like, well, baby, when I do the weights, certain particular machines and weights that he told me to use, when I do 2 of them, I'm normally good. But when I get to that last stage of actually using like the dumbbells and things of that nature, I'm like, baby, I can't do it because I feel like I am going to throw up. Like, I literally feel like I'm going to throw up. And he was like, well, baby, that's a good thing. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, I felt like I just overly did it. And I was telling him too, like, for me, it takes a lot for my metabolism to go fast and to speed up. So I have to now make sure I drink water. I mean, lots of water, lots and lots and lots of water, and making sure that I go hard for whether I'm in the gym 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or an hour. Whatever I do in the gym, I have to go hard because my metabolism is slow. And so we talked about that today, and he was like, well, good. He said, this is probably going to be this week. Next week is probably going to be your worst week. But I promise you, if you stay consistent, you're going to feel better, and it's going to become easier every single time you do it. But today, y'all, it was rough. When I tell you it was tough, it was tough. So I'm excited about that journey. And me getting myself back in a healthy spot because I'm not getting younger. And I start to feel like little aches here or there. People tell me it's because I'm in my 30s. But it's like, no, I need to go to the gym. And so those little aches and cramps started to get to me. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to feel like this. I want to be able to continue to go on through. So if I do have kids one day, which I do want kids, I'm able to keep up with my babies, okay? I'm able to go outside in the yard, roll around in the grass, do whatever I got to do to make sure I can keep up. And just also making sure that I physically feel good and better. And so I'm excited for this journey. I'm just going to stay on top of it. I made my first fitness video this morning. I did. That was exciting too. But let's get into some of the questions. I pick a couple, so I'm not going to go through all 20 questions. But like I stated earlier, I would do it throughout my podcast. So one of the questions that I thought was very good, and it's crazy how I explain what I'm trying to accomplish and the mission to this podcast, but I really didn't explain how I got the title to my podcast. So one of the questions was, where did you get the title for your podcast, and what does it mean? So let me tell you guys. So when I was preparing before I started to record sessions with my podcast, I was having conversations with my best friend, with my guy, and I'm like, I want it to sound like this, but I know if it sounds like this, or I want this title because I like it, but is it going to be catchy to the consumers of who's listening to my podcast? And then my friend was like, yeah, I think it sounds good. But I kept having these feelings inside like it was a boring title. I don't know if I call it Corporate Classy Podcast or something like that. I really don't remember what we strategized, but it was, the title at the time was, I know it was boring. And so my guy got this bright brain. He has this really, really, really creative mind. And I'm like, hey, this is what I want to incorporate in the title of my podcast. I don't know how to do it, or I don't know how to capture my audience with what I want the title to be. And so he was like, why not try? I remember him giving me like 3, and I'm like, ooh, that last one sounds catchy. And it's like, they may be thinking I'm talking about corporate world life or business, and probably trying to call some people out, but it's not that. So it was catchy to me, and it was catchy once I threw the name out there, because I threw the name out to a couple of other people and said, what do you guys think about this? Would you listen to a podcast if it was titled this? And they were like, yeah, because I want to know what's going on in the corporate world. I'm like, great, that's exactly what it should be. And so that's how I kind of got the name and the title of my podcast. But let me tell you what it means. So I do work in the corporate world, right? The retail world per se. And a lot of times you got to be able to balance who you are, your culture, what happens in the business with what actually is the reality in which we live in and what we see. And so I wanted to make sure I hit on, yes, I know how to operate and lead in a place of a business from that corporate standpoint, but I'm also very hip, and I'm up to date, and I know what it sounds like for my culture of people, right? When I say please come correct, immediately, if you are an African American, you know exactly what I mean when I say that. So for my culture, I wanted to make sure I have a combination of both, because one, it's what I came from. It's what I grew up to know. And so when you talk about the corporate classy, because I am in that corporate world, I carry myself to a higher standard, but I also want to make sure I keep my flavor of me being me, and me continuing to be authentic about who I am and my culture. And the reason I wanted to add the please come correct, and I thought it would be perfect with my alignment of my vision, is that a lot of times people don't know how to approach me as a Black woman, whether it's personal, whether it's professional side. Maybe you don't know how to approach me. But if you don't know how to approach me, I want to open it up, one, my platform here, to get to know who I am, and two, for you to understand how to learn your culture if you're connected to anybody that understands the little twang, country twang or slang or whatever you want to call it. Know what it means when we say something. So being able to culturally adapt wherever you are, and that's something I always talk about with people, because I can tell you too, this question is about to spin a little bit, is that I mentioned in one of my podcasts where I was just targeting my particular culture of people, right? And I'm like, wait, I could actually do that, but I can take it to another level and making sure I'm tapping in with older culture of people. Because one thing I don't want it to feel like it's some type of division in between culture and cultures, in between different cultures, right? I don't want it to feel like it's divided. I want it to be one, because in life right now, that's all we work off of. People being so divided, cultures being so divided. And so for me, I was like, you know what? I can have this community and space for people to come together as one. One, you can learn, you can chime in, or you can relate to this particular platform. So that's where the title originated from, and that is the meaning behind it on the back end. So that was a good question, because I don't think I really went into details about the title, but I will tell you, I did have people who asked me personally, like, can you explain to me what you mean by please come correct? And I had to explain. So I thought that was a really, really good question that came through. The next question is, how do you maintain a work-life balance with having such a busy schedule? I think that's a great question. And you guys know when I talk through my podcast, I always talk about how you have to find this combination of a harmony between personal and work and how it can be a combination together, right? And I think for me, I know for me, I balance the two because I live off structure. Like I have to have some type of structure in my life. And when I tell you guys, I literally plan dates. I plan when I'm going to see my man. I plan when I'm going to work to visit stores. I plan what my work life looks like. I plan what time I wake up in the morning every morning. And I plan my personal time without anybody interrupting that time. Like I literally plan out everything. And now granted, let me tell you guys, some people like to have a plan all out, tracking everything, had a planner, schedule, calendars, things of that nature. That's not bad. For me, I do that too. But I also, not all the time I'm able to access a calendar or to do something. I just have a routine. That's what I'll say. Now I'm accustomed to my routine of things. So just to kind of share a spinoff from that question, because I got another question talking about how can I share like what my routine looks like on a daily basis with so much going on. And so for me, I can kind of tell you guys what my day look like. So I normally wake up between like 5 and 5:30 every morning. And so for work, we have a prayer call, which I try my best to make sure I'm on all of them. But if not, sometime I will forget to join it. So I had to do a better job at setting a reminder to make sure I get on that prayer and encouragement call. But I have a prayer and encouragement call at work on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? So I'm already up at 5:30 in the morning to make sure I'm starting myself off and starting my day off good. But outside of those days, or if I'm not able to attend those calls, I am up between 5 and 5:30 literally every single morning. I would tell you on like a Saturday morning, I'm able to kind of sleep in a little bit. I probably sleep into about 7 or 8, depending on what's going on that week. If I did a whole bunch of travel for work, or if I just did a whole bunch of staying up late on Friday night or Saturday. But my weekends, I'm normally able to sleep in a little bit more than normal. But you guys see, like I just was telling you, I worked out this morning. I was up at 6 o'clock, so I went to the gym. So I'm an early bird. Like I feel like for me, my brain is like so fresh early in the morning. Like early in the morning, I'm able to journal. I'm able to say my prayers. I'm able to look at my calendar to see what I got to do for the day with my personal life and my business life. And I will tell you something that I enjoy the most is that when we talk about working your life together and making sure it's all working in a harmony together, my calendar from work and my personal life is all synced together. It's no way of separating those things. It's just that you just have to be dedicated to the time and the space that you give whatever that you're working on in that moment. And I think for me, that's what I own in on. And so, if I am going on a date or if it's my day with my guy, and we're going out, I dedicate that to him. Like that is his space. And I would tell you, because we both are business savvy, entrepreneurs, businesses, sometimes we find ourselves working in that quality time. But it is okay because we have a mutual understanding. And it's that time where we're able to like bounce ideas, do different marketing things. So it actually works for us. But sometimes, if he don't tell me or if I don't tell him, like, I don't want to do any work. I don't want to work on no business stuff. I don't want to work on work stuff. I don't want to do any work. I want to be with you. I want to be up under you. I want to smell your bottom of your chin. So But you have to make sure that you're vocal about those things and what it is that you want and need from a relationship standpoint. To making sure you're getting that balance and that you don't get hung up on just the day-to-day and work. And I can tell you for me, because, I don't have a whole bunch of kids running around or anything like that. So I pride on my time, like my time that I spend by myself, with people that I love, with my work folks. I balance that time out. And I think too that it is important to make sure that you have a balance. Even if you have a family, like you have to be able to prioritize your needs, what your relationship needs, what your family needs are, and keep it rolling. And they all have to have a mutual agreement there. So that's kind of how I do things. Hopefully that helps answer that question and how I maintain life. And just me personally, some days I don't want to do any work. Some days I don't want to be bothered. And guess what? The days I don't want to be bothered, I let it be known I don't want to be bothered. And it's okay if you don't want to be bothered. That's what I learned. It's okay to say no. It is okay to say no. So another question, let me look. Listen, I thought this was a really good question that someone asked me. Remember, I have my podcast broadcasting on so many different platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And so it's just, I get so many different people that ask things, but I thought this was a great question. A really good question. It says, if your life were a podcast episode title, A Day in My Shoes, what would be the soundtrack playing in the background? Look, if that question isn't right on time, look, it is right on time for me, because y'all, I've been booming Beyonce's song, literally, My House. I've been booming that all day, every day. Literally, I've been booming that song. If you haven't listened to it, I encourage you to go out and listen to it, because it is what your girl be feeling in the inside. That is the story of my life. When I tell you it's the story of my life, it is the story of my life. I was telling my best friend, when I was texting her the other day, I'm like, look, how do you make a song that is adaptable for whomever listen to it? If you want to feel a little gangsta, a little hood, if you want to feel a little bougie with some classiness, if you want to get out there and vogue, if you want to get out there and just, it's a combination of everything in one freaking song. That is pretty impressive. Pretty freaking impressive. So My House by my girl Beyonce. And on top of that, today is the day I'm going to see her new movie out there in theaters. Listen, I got my whole outfit together. And so I was literally texting my guy. I'm like, I'm excited. We're going to see Beyonce. And so I even told him, I said, you can go to sleep in there. I don't care. I don't care if you go to sleep. He was like, I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm going to be watching, because I need to see what the hype is with Beyonce. You and Beyonce. So I'm excited to chill out for like 3 hours and just make it a B moment. And I'm excited because she's the bomb. She's the bomb.com. So that would be the perfect background music for me. I would tell you right now, that is it. So I encourage you to go listen to the song if you haven't. It is my life right now. It's literally what I'm booming in my mind. If you ask me, Alberta, what are you thinking about? My House by Beyonce. Literally. So let me see. Let me pick another question. I have a couple here. Another question was, if your comfort zone had a color, what would it be, and how does it represent your personality? Pretty much, listen, y'all, I was going to say, why you didn't just ask me what my favorite color is? So, if my comfort zone had a color, it's crazy because I always talk about on my podcast how to get outside of your comfort zone. And so I'm literally about to answer a questions regarding a comfort zone color, which is fine because I feel like you have to be able to have a space that's warm feeling, that's comfy, that's clean, like the air is fresh, just for you to want to be in that space. I would tell you, for me, I don't like cluster. I don't like smells, because like, if you guys can hear me right now, my nose have been irritated, oh my God, all morning. I'm like, what triggered my nose? And so the only thing I did today was went to the gym, then took a shower. So I'm like, what triggered my nose right now to be the way it is? So I would tell you, my favorite like comfort color, which is my favorite color, is actually gray. Gray it brings me a sense of like peace, calmness. I love everything about gray. It's warm. Look, it's not too bright. It's not too dark. It's like a warm place. Like, it warms me. So I would say gray, which is one of my favorite colors. Black is actually my other favorite color. And pink, I actually like pink. Pink is my favorite color as well. So different moods. Like I'm telling you guys, I got a literally black when I'm not feeling it, don't bother me. Pink when I want to be poppy, like a pop out color. And you know, my comfort color would be gray. So I thought that was a great question too. Let me find another one. Share a proud moment from your journey that wasn't work related but mean a lot to you personally. Ooh, listen, I got a lot. I got a lot of proud moments that I am gonna share on one of my episodes. But if I was to sit here and just think for a moment and think about just my life and think about some of the things I experienced, right? So when you talk about making sacrifices and sometimes letting things go, stepping away, letting things go that's not really meant for you, that is a proud moment for me. I would tell you, 4 years, 5 years ago, I don't know. The time moves so fast. I was caught in a spot where I felt like I was going to give up on, love, being married, wanting to start my own family. I was going to give up on it because I felt like what's happening? I felt like I kept getting in things that was very bare minimum things. So at one point, I would tell you a couple of years ago, right around the time that I met my life coach, I was literally giving up on all of that because, I was in a spot where I felt like I was pouring so much to someone and I was getting bare minimum. And I also found myself not being able to be comfortable. Granted, being very comfortable, but also I still felt like I was hiding things in the midst of comfortability, right? And so I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. This is not for me because I want, ladies, feel me, riddle me, listen to me right now. Feel me when I say this. When we want to be able to be our authentic self around someone, right? We want our partner to accept the cellulite, the rolls, the big nose, the little bit of money in the bank account, whatever it is, right? But I think for me, I wanted someone to feel comfortable and confident enough for me. It felt also, I wanted to make sure you're able to keep up with my level of confidence, my level of work ethics, my level of entrepreneurship, and my level of not giving a damn about what someone has to say in your life, right? Making bold decisions for yourself and standing on that, and also getting yourself and challenging yourself not to be content and comfortable with the bare minimum that anybody give you, anything that life throws at you, or someone that's probably close to you or whomever. And so I would tell you, for me, a proud moment for me is when I took almost a year to myself, and I kind of talked about this on one of my other episodes. I took a year to myself not being in anything and just healing from what I thought was going to go to the next level, and just healing from that. But in the midst of me healing from letting something go, to making sure I hold all those good qualities that my family have engraved into me, that life learned lessons have engraved into me, that I kept all of those qualities about myself, but also being able to heal from things when it wasn't beneficial, right? And so I would say that would be probably one of my most proud moments, that I am so happy that I didn't just stay cold, or I didn't have like that heart that just didn't want love and just bitter. And that's one thing, ladies, don't be bitter. You look, sit in that sadness that it didn't work out, but move on with your life, because I guarantee you somebody else is out there for you that's gonna make you feel 100% more confident, love. And again, what that partner brings onto you is that extraness, right? Because you should already love yourself, walk in boldness, already be confident in yourself. But when somebody else come into your life, that's just that added value, those little sprinkles on top. And so, because I didn't give up on love, because I love love. Listen, any of my friends or anybody that knows me know I love love, and I love it in all different types of forms, okay? And so being able to embrace the love that my man give me, thank you to the past. I am loving my future, okay? If I knew how to do the Cardi B little, did I do it? Don't y'all laugh. I probably didn't do it, but it don't matter. Whatever. So I would tell you that's a proud moment for me. But I feel like I've been answering maybe like 5 or 6 questions, but I do have a couple of more, and I will slowly just answer those questions throughout my episode. So if I didn't answer any of your questions that came through, don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to the rawness of it. But I did wanted to thank you guys for just taking a few minutes out of your day, not only listening to this episode, but giving me some questions, like being able to ask me anything. And I feel like these were some good questions. I have a lot of good questions out there, but thank you guys for staying connected with me. Again, please share my podcast. Please like, comment, give feedback. I love everything about what I'm doing right now. And I love the fact that I have my house, okay? Like in Beyonce voice, my house where I can say whatever. Ladies, my few men that's probably going to be coming on within the next couple of months, This is my house, so you can say and be your authentic self in my house, okay? So again, thank you guys for rocking with me. Please like, comment, subscribe to any of my social media pages. Pray for me on this fitness journey. Thank you guys for the love and the support that you give me as you listen to each and every single episode that I drop. I'm excited for 2024. I'm excited for the networking, the connections that I'm building. It's so exciting. And not only that, remember, I just gave away, I would tell you, $500 worth of giveaways on yesterday. So shout out to my people who won my giveaways. There are more to come. Just make sure you stay connected with me. If you see me go live, that's where I'm going to be giving over giveaways on. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Corporate Classy, but Please Come Correct podcast. Until next time, peace.